Hi everybody, I'm Janelle Borst, and one of my 5 new technologies for Module 15 is Zipgrade. I selected this resource because we all have busy schedules and this could be a huge time saver when grading papers. I don't give a lot of multiple choice tests, but I do give them for pre-tests just to get an idea of prior knowledge. It is very important to get immediate feedback from a pretest to know what really needs to be emphasized throughout the chapter. This ties into ISTE for Educators 7A. I also usually give a multiple choice cumulative final at the end of the year. This is another time when nearly immediate feedback is necessary to get grades finalized in the gradebook. The purpose of this application is to grade quizzes quickly and give students timely feedback, which ties to ISTE for Educators 7B. My intended audience for this video is my coworkers and any other teachers that like to save time when grading. Okay, so let's get started on how you use Zipgrade. So I just set up my account today, but you go to www.zipgrade.com and it'll take you to what looks like this. If you don't have an account, you just click on New User and you type in your email, whatever password you want to use, and of course confirm your password. They make you agree to their terms and services policy, and then you just register the new user. So once you've done that, then you'll just log in normally. So that's the email address that I used, and type in your password. Okay, and this is completely free for the first 100 scans. So if you use this a lot, if you give a lot of multiple choice tests, it would cost if you want to use it to grade all of them. But if you use it just like I do, with not that many multiple choice tests, then it's completely free. Okay, so then once you've registered, you're logged in, you need to create classes and add your students. So if you go to classes, I've already created a first and second hour, but to add a new class, you just click on add a new class, call it whatever you want. I'm just going to call this one third hour, save the class, and it shows up with my other classes. And then we add students. So these are the students that I already have. I put them all in first hour. Again, pretty easy. It looks like you can import students from CSV. So like my school uses PowerSchool, and you can export a roster into the CSV, which is basically like Excel. And then you can import those students into here just for privacy concerns. I didn't use my real students and do that, but that is a feature that this has, or you can add them all manually. So just click add a new student. It gives it a Zipgrade ID, and then you can just type in their first name. We'll put Billy, and I'm going to put him in second hour. Save student. And so I can see all of my students here. It has all of them. In first hour, it shows this one that I just made was in second hour. Okay, so once you have all of those students added in, all of your classes added in, then you can go to answer sheets, and this is just what you're going to print off for your students to give you their answers. So there's the 20 question form, a 50 question form, and a 100 question form. So just depending on how big a test you're giving, you choose the one you want. So 20 question form, it pulls it up, and then you just click your little print button over here, print it off, make your key, and print off however many you need to give to each of your students. Then you will need to download Zipgrade onto a mobile device, so a tablet or an iPad or your iPhone, or smartphone, whatever you have. It's in both the App Store and Google Play, and it's completely free to download, but you go, I have an iPad, so I just go to the App Store, trying to get it on here, and it's right here. You just search for Zipgrade, and mine says open because I've already downloaded it, but yours will say get, and you just download it for free from your App Store. And then once it's downloaded, you just open it up, and you can create a quiz on here. Sorry guys, I'm trying to make sure that this is on here. So I'm going to create a new quiz. I'm going to call it quiz 2. I'm going to give it to first hour, and I'm just going to create quiz. And it told me to select an answer sheet. Well, I'm going to do the 20, click done, and then create quiz. And I want to edit the key. So you can actually go through and put each one in there by hand, or you can push this little scan for key if you've already filled out a key. So mine, I already have this filled out, and all you have to do is just lay this flat on here and line up your iPad. It has like 4 little corners that you line up, and it scans in the key. You save it, and then this is a really neat feature that it has. You put the point value for a correct answer, and you can make it however many points you want, and then attempted but incorrect. So you can give them points just for trying if you want to. I probably wouldn't do that for a pre-test, but I usually do that like when I give the cumulative final. So I'm just going to pretend this is a pre-test and just leave it at 1 point and 0 points for just attempting. And then once we have done that, we go back to the quiz menu and we just click Scan Papers. And then we do the same thing we did to make the key. So I'm going to scan Lily's paper. And same thing, I'm going to line up the 4 corners. And it's showing me that she got 17 out of 20, which is an 85%. It shows me her name. So I can go to student, and I can choose which one she is. If it doesn't totally recognize it, I can review it. Or if all I want to know is her score, I don't even have to do this review. I can just write down her score in my grade book and move on to the next person and scan the next one. And you just keep scanning until you've done all of your students. Okay, so that was super easy to use and to set up, and makes it really fast just to grade. It seemed to take me a little bit longer than it did when I was doing it by myself to get it lined up, but when I'm able to use both hands, it just quickly lines it up and shows me their score very, very quickly. So again, very fast way to get those pre-tests graded or end of the year finals graded or whatever you give your multiple choice tests for. So thanks for watching, and hopefully this tutorial was helpful.